one of our most popular segments is bird identification.
Oh boy.
So we're going to take a look at a graphic that shows 3 different birds, and Richard's going to give you some ideas on how you can tell those apart. Yeah, I bet you do. I bet you do.
Yeah, I'll tell a little story on myself. When I first started looking at birds and noticing, I was in an office that was on the ground floor, so I could see right out on the ground, and this bird kept showing up. And I didn't know one bird from another hardly, but I had a field guide, and I looked at that bird and I said, okay, I know what it is. That is an Oriole. I could see it because it was an orangey bird. It had a black head and some black down the back. It was an Oriole. Well, I learned later, no, it was not an Oriole. It was a Towhee.
Oh.
The bird on the left. And like, oh my goodness, you can't tell the difference when you're not used to it.
Yeah.
It takes practice. So what would tell those 2 birds right there apart is behavior. The Oriole in the middle would not likely be on the ground scratching around for seeds.
So I think we have the wrong name up there. It says orchard, but it should say Oriole,
well,
right? It's
supposed to be orchard Oriole.
Oh, okay.
It's a type of Oriole.
Oh, okay.
And the one on the left is a Towhee, but that's actually a Western Towhee, which is, we have one verified identification of a Western Towhee in the state of Georgia.
Really?
Yeah, I did that one.
Oh.
I found that
so
one.
that's how you know about
That's
that
how
one.
I know about the Western Towhee.
So when you look at these 2, the Towhee and the orchard Oriole, tell me about what kind of distinguishing features are you looking for to set them apart?
Well, typically when you're looking at all birds to tell them apart, I'll talk a little bit more about it in a minute, the tricks you can do to try to distinguish and learn something. But the one on the right is a robin. And
yeah, let's see.
They're all about the same size.
Yeah.
So size is one of the determining factors. Gee, is this a little bitty bird or a big bird?
Yeah.
Well, they're all about the same size, robin being a little bit bigger.
So you can't do that.
They all have dark heads, red breast, gray backs. Oh boy. So you have to look at other things. Eye rings, an eye color.
Oh, look at
See the ring around
the
the robin? It's kind of, it's not a total ring, it's dotted, but it stands right out. Bill shape. What is the bill shape like? If you look at a robin and some other birds, they have a more slim beak.
Yeah.
And if you look at the Towhees and some of the birds like cardinals especially have a anvil-shaped beak.
Interesting.
Which gives them more leverage for cracking seeds.
Yeah.
Whereas the robin doesn't need that because it's eating a lot of insects.
Okay.
And you'll see the small warblers and all have a little pointed beak. So bill shape, whether it's conical or slim or long or short. And then, of course, one of the things to notice is what we call wing bars. If you look on the wings of these birds, look at the robin. There's no bars on the wing.
Yeah.
If you look on the Oriole and look on the Towhee, you'll see color on the wings.
Yeah.
So some of the Oriole has what we call a wing bar. It's just a stripe. It has 2. One's kind of orange and one's white. The Towhee has a lot of color, so you can look at that to tell. Other things like tail shape, overall body shape. Is it a chunky looking bird? Is it a long slim bird? The tails have different coloring in them. Some birds have white across the end of their tails. A lot of birds don't. Some birds have white stripes. The outside tail feathers are white, so they show up as just a stripe down the outside tail of the bird. You don't see that on Oriole, but you see kind of a little bit of the undertail on the robin.
Yeah.
So all of that comes into play. And as you start trying to identify these birds, and if you're getting serious, you can learn what we call field marks. And I mentioned some of them, the eye color, the bill shape, the overall shape, what's the bird doing, which is always a very important thing. If it's hanging on the side of a tree going up and down, it's probably not a robin.
Yeah.
Most likely it's a nuthatch or a woodpecker.
Yeah.
So just a lot of these little things.
So sometimes it's behavior, yeah.
It is behavior. Where's it at? What's it doing? What's it eating?
Yeah.
And the colors on the bird. So all that will help you a little bit, but nothing's going to help more than a really good field guide.
Yeah.
Everybody likes to look up things on their phone real quick and stuff now, but it helps if you can remember what to look for. It took me a while to catch on to that little trick. I'd look at a bird and you start trying to find it in a book or something, and you don't even remember what you looked at.
Yeah.
So you look at it and you take this little mental shot of what you're seeing, especially in regard to the field marks. Did it have eye rings? Did it have eye stripes from here coming back? Did it have tail color? If you remember a couple of 3 or 4 of those things, and then you get into the book, you can start separating the different ones. Did I see this? Oh no, it didn't have an eye stripe. or it didn't have a wing bar.
Yeah.
And that really helps. And a good field guide will help you pick those out too. Hello, this is Richard Cole. I want to thank each of you for watching, and I want you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to share it.